A little after 10 a.m. just off the boat here in Old San Juan. It is Friday, January 17th, and it's the San Sebastian Festival this weekend in Puerto Rico. This guy's painting the anchor from below. Some Final Destination stuff right now here. Not sure what I'm going to do today. I think I'm going to go back till Castillo del Morro. The San Sebastian Festival over here, 2025. All getting set up. So, yeah, pretty nice. Ship leaves pretty early today. Leaves at 2:30 p.m. So it's already like 10:30. So there's only 4 hours left. So got to cover as much ground as possible. Mini Sansi.
This is Fuente Raíces. The Raíces fountain is located at the far end of the Paseo de la Princesa. The fountain was unveiled on May 30th of 1992 to commemorate the 500th anniversary of the discovery of America and to inaugurate La Princesa Promenade. This collection of bronze statues honors Puerto Rico's African, Spanish, and Taino American Indian heritage.
San Sebastian Festival today here in Old San Juan. Walking from the cruise ship terminal down just past this large fountain behind me, and we're heading over to Castillo del Morro, the giant fortification here on the point here in Old San Juan. It's where I did my first vlog, and heading back over there. It's like about a mile from the port. Very cool. Just sick shot with this Puerto Rican flag with the U.S. flag.
Met up with my parents today. Took a couple pictures with them at the fountains, and was going to take them to the castle, but they didn't end up making it over there. As you walk from the cruise ship terminal, you'll meet this fountain over here, overlooking the bay, and then you'll follow that around. You'll keep going around, and this is how you get over to the castle. You'll follow this coastal pathway here, and on your right side you'll see these city walls. These are the defensive city walls they used to protect San Juan. They were built in 1634, and up until the year 1783 the wall system fully encircled Old San Juan. They currently have been maintaining this wall system from the 17th to the 20th century, even though most of the current structural updates are from the 18th century.
Let's see if we can go down this way. It's beautiful here.
The walk from the pier to the actual fortress here, this one is Del Morro. It's about less than a mile. You can get here in less than 20 minutes. It's an easy walk. This giant front lawn area is known for kite flying because of the strong winds in the area. I believe the entrance fee to enter the fort was a little less than $10, so it's worth it though. It's cool. Right before the entrance, you have the dry moat. It's basically like a waterless chasm here to keep attackers at bay. All right, we're going to take a look back here at the front lawn before we enter the fortress here. Castillo del Morro. Construction began in 1539, and the fortress made it to its current form in 1787.
Here on the top level of the fort. That guy is a wild pilot. The Spanish built this fort hundreds of years ago. They built this fort to defend their ships versus pirates and different offenders. They colonized Puerto Rico because of its fresh water supply.
We're up here on the 6th floor of the fortress again, and if you follow the coastline back, you can see some multicolored buildings in the distance. That is the La Perla area. The La Perla area is outside the defensive walls of the city of Old San Juan, and has historically been one of the most underserved and economically disadvantaged sectors of the city. Is the La Perla safe for visitors? They recommend you don't go to La Perla alone at night, but with a guide you can go there during the day. Visitors interested in seeing the neighborhood of La Perla will find it welcoming for the most part, but like most urban settings, be respectful of the residents and use common sense. I have yet to visit the La Perla area. I have a friend who used to live in Puerto Rico, and he recommended I didn't go there, but next time I'm in town, I'll check it out. So if you notice, the flags are at half-mast. I'm not sure why in particular, but I thought with the wind here, this was a pretty cool shot of the two flags. Puerto Rico flag and the U.S. flag over there. All right, we look over here into the interior of the fort. You can see the yellow areas. That was kind of where the barracks and where the soldiers and whatnot would sleep. You have some cannons here looking out into the bay of the sea. Good defensive position here for some guns.
El Morro in Spanish means the headland or headland. It's the fort here defending the city of San Juan here. Spain built this hundreds of years ago, and I was reading something that said it took them over 250 years to build this fort.
Sun's out, guns out. Sorry, I couldn't resist. getting another nice shot of the La Perla area over here. That's the disadvantaged area that was historically disadvantaged there on the coast there outside the city walls. And yeah, they were saying a decade ago that neighborhood was not a place visitors would typically visit, but the area is growing and changing, and the small businesses are emerging and constantly evolving. But they're saying if you are planning on going, do so with a walking tour during the day, paired up with a local guide or a community leader. And yeah, like I was saying before, you should not be visiting the La Perla area alone at night. In the 18th century, the slaughterhouse was established outside the city wall next to the Santa Maria Magdalena de Paz's cemetery. The original building, called El Matadero, still exists and for many years served as a community center. Slaves had to live outside the city and built the first homes around El Matadero. In the 19th century, the poor of San Juan were forced out, and Jibaros, people from the countryside that emigrated to San Juan, also settled in what became La Perla. In the 20th century, the barrio got a reputation for being dangerous and was neglected by the central government. The community faced pressure from private interests that wanted to develop what is now prime real estate in San Juan, but the community resisted. Over the last few years, the Junta Comunitaria de la Perla, the Perla Community Board, and other organizations have spearheaded tourism development and restoration projects. The most visible launched in 2017, called La Perla Pinta su Futuro, La Perla Paints Its Future, in which 375 houses were painted bright colors and revitalized. This project is now in its second phase, the development of a micro-business offering guided tours of La Perla by its residents. More projects such as the Carmelo Anthony basketball court renovation, the planting of 2 community gardens, art and music classes for residents, and even a 5K race have all came forth thanks to the community efforts. This is the Santa Maria Magdalena de Paz's cemetery there. You can see it. You can see some of those colorful buildings.
Look at this cool view over here. Amazing.
All right, that view of the Perla and the Condado is pretty sweet. Now I'm gonna head down these stone stairs here down to the more coastal area of the fortress. Be careful, no handrails.
Lots of steps. Lots of steps.
Let's go on this.
It's impressive. Just the scale of this place is huge. I was up there earlier. That's the 6th floor. I believe this is the 3rd floor. Yeah. I was reading something. It said took Spain over 250 years to build this place. Nice, since there's only one cruise ship in town. It's not packed at all here. Pretty low number of tourists as compared to last time I was here.
Castillo San Felipe del Morro, in English that's the promontory castle of St. Philip. Most commonly known as El Morro, the promontory is a large fortress and citadel in the historic district of Old San Juan in Puerto Rico. Commissioned by King Charles I of Spain in 1539, it was first built as a fortified tower in honor of King Philip II, who oversaw its expansion into a foreign-work fort by 1595. Over the next 200 years, especially in the reign of King Charles III, El Morro continued to be developed to reach its current form in 1787. Rising 140 feet from the Atlantic shoreline, with 18 to 25 feet thick walls. The 6-level edifice stands on a steep rocky headland promontory on San Juan Islet, guarding the entry to San Juan Bay, the harbor of Old San Juan. El Morro, alongside the other forts like La Fortaleza, San Cristobal, El Cuanuelo, are part of the old walls of Old San Juan. They strategically and militarily protected Puerto Rico from invasion by competing world powers during the Age of Sail. El Morro was designated a World Heritage Site by the UNESCO in 1983. Yeah, the sheer scale of this fort is amazing. It's like endless.
I believe I'm on the 3rd floor now. We were on the 6th floor earlier, and it still goes down. Like there's a few more levels down you can access. So pretty cool. Awesome checking out the fort again. Every time I come to Puerto Rico, I check this place out because it's amazing. And I don't think I've ever been down. I've never been down to this part before, where I don't ever remember taking these stairs. But you can see, yeah, there's a bunch of different levels and more stairs. The fort is crazy. Stood the test of time. And here we go.
Back to the front entrance of the fortress. You could see these high walls here and the dry moat. This would make it very difficult for attackers to try to take the fort from behind. A little further and we're to the front lawn of the fortress. If you look at the coastline, I'm sure you're familiar with the La Perla now. Beyond the La Perla is the Condado. It's a touristy, hip area for tourists, lots of hotels, very nice. Passengers are due back on the ship by 2 p.m. We get on there a little bit before, and the Norwegian Breakaway sets sail from the city of Old San Juan. After visiting Castillo del Morro, I went to the San Sebastian festival that was in town. And I was able to hang out there for like about an hour before I had to return. I hit up a cigar shop. I'm going to do a separate vlog for the San Sebastian Festival and my visit to the cigar house there. I was only really there for like about an hour or so. Here's another view of the Rice's Fountain. That's the Roots Fountain, constructed for the 500th anniversary of the Americas and honoring the heritage of Puerto Rico's African, Spanish, and Taino people. We'll continue to pan along this wall here, this pathway along the old city walls here that leads to Castillo San Felipe del Morro, which is sitting here on the top of the point here, the head or the nose. And yes, if you were paying attention, El Morro means nose in Spanish, so that's where that comes from. Another shot of those city walls there, built to protect the city of San Juan from invaders. All right, you got the old San Juan there. I pan back over to the cruise ship terminals, the light blue area. Those are those piers where the cruise ships will dock. We're going to follow the boardwalk here, back over again, a nice panoramic view of Old San Juan, sitting on those city walls. And here we go. Here is Del Morro again. Fortification sitting there for, construction started in, I believe, 1539. So that's almost 500 years ago. Pretty crazy if you think about that. Sped up the camera to 300% here. Del Morro. Morro means nose in Spanish, so that is the head or the nose of the point here, overlooking San Juan Bay. as we sail out of the bay, gonna have another view of the fortress here again. Here is an interesting perspective of the fortress. The Norwegian Breakaway is about 18 stories tall, so I mean, it's monstrous ship. The fortress itself is 6 levels, but I believe, what were they saying? It's like 140 something feet tall. So you have to imagine if you were a foreign invader trying to sail into the Bay of San Juan, they're going to be firing cannons on you. All right, as we continue to sail out of the Bay of San Juan, you can see the perla, those multicolored buildings there, just outside the city walls on the left side of Del Morro. And also right outside the city walls to the left of the fortress, you can see the Santa Maria Magdalena de Pazzi Cemetery. The cemetery is a colonial-era Catholic cemetery located just outside those city walls there. It's the final resting place of many of Puerto Rico's most prominent natives and residents. Construction began in 1863 under the auspices of Ignacio Mascaro. The cemetery was named in honor of Saint Maria Magdalena de Pazzi. According to Rafael Rodriguez, chaplain and director of pastoral services at the Universidad del Sagrado Corazon, located in the Santurce district of the capital, the location of the cemetery is central to the Puerto Rican belief in the separation of death and life. The colonial Spanish government at the time of construction of the cemetery viewed death with fear because it was a mystery. Therefore, they decided to build the cemetery to overlook the Atlantic Ocean to symbolize the spirit's journey to cross over to the afterlife. To the left of the La Perla area is the Condado zone. Condado, which is Spanish for country, is an urbanized beachfront resort, commercial, and residential district with various upscale hotels, restaurants, boutique shops, and condos in the barrio of Santurce in San Juan, which is the capital municipality of Puerto Rico, which is about 3 to 6 miles from the old San Juan historic quarter where we were at today, where the ship was docked. In between La Perla and the Condado is Fort San Cristobal. If you look, it's like kind of like right on the right side of the screen right now. It's that fortress. It's that fortress right there sitting, it sits in between, the Perla is in between Del Morro and San Cristobal. And if you continue down the coast from San Cristobal, you get the Condado. And yeah, the Condado, it's the north end of the Condado. There are a lot of beaches right on the Atlantic Ocean. They have the hotels and other attractions such as nightclubs, casinos, shops, and restaurants. The Condado is one of the island's primary tourist destinations. In recent years, the El Condado neighborhood has become associated with wealth and status. Properties are scarce, hard to come by, and extremely expensive. It is sometimes called the Manhattan of Puerto Rico, and properties tend to hover in the millions of dollars. All right, guys. Well, thank you for checking out my Fort Del Morro vlog here. It was a great trip, great day. Norwegian Breakaway was in town there, and yeah, that was a fun day over there in Puerto Rico. I hope to come back. So yeah, like and subscribe to the video. Thanks for watching.